Hello, beautiful people. Namaste, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is for the very last but very important house, the 12th house. Right? Before that, if you guys are new to my channel, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon below so that you get regular updates. For your personal readings, you can refer to the link in the description box, www.anmollastrology.com. Under the readings and unique reading section, you can book a personal reading for yourself. Under the courses section, you can sign up for online course. Okay, so let's get started today with the 12th house. 12th house is one of the Dushtana house. This house is said to be the house of expense, the kharch. Where does the expenses goes? What is your ability to make an expenditure? That is the 12th house. Planets like Venus or Sun in the 12th house would actually make you spend on royal luxury items. 12th house is like a box that in which you feel secure. 12th house is your subconscious mind, but it is also the house of your boundaries. Subconsciously, what do you believe? That this is my boundary, this is my comfort space. That is 12th house. 12th house is one of the moksha sthan, one of the houses responsible for spirituality. You need to understand there is difference between the spiritual nature of the 9th house and the spiritual nature of the 12th house. 9th house is more about one's religion. 12th house is the true self of spirituality, when you feel devoted to the higher divine. 12th house is about intuition. It's about, isolated places, right? It is said to be the house which is, which associates with jails, asylums, hospitals, nature, travel, even foreign settlement, the foreign government, and what are your hidden abilities and your hidden skills. 12th house is also the bed sharing power. How comfortably you are able to share your bed with someone. And you know what? This might come as a surprise to you, but 12th house is one of the important houses for your marriage. It is one of the important houses to actually tell us the time of your marriage, that whether you are going to take such a long time to select your partner, or you will actually find a partner comfortably. That's what 12th house is. 12th house, whenever I see someone's chart, I do refer to the 12th house so as to understand what is the mindset of that individual. That is why Jupiter is also responsible for the mindset of individuals, because as per the Kalpurush Kundli, the 12th house is ruled by the sign of Pisces and the planet Jupiter. Since 9th and 12th both are ruled by Jupiter, both of these houses does represent what your belief system is. 9th house is belief system and 12th house is your thinking process. What do you naturally think of? What do you, when you sit quietly, when you sit alone in your personal space, what do you think? What thoughts do you have? 12th house is the house of responsibility as well, because it's third from the 10th house. It's the efforts you make to fulfill your responsibilities. That's why it becomes one of the most responsible house. So you would see whenever there is a transit, specifically transit of Saturn over your 12th lord or over your 12th house, you would start feeling the pressure of responsibility. You would start feeling the pressure of expenses. So the kharcha, the expenditure, the losses, everything is the 12th house, but your ability to spend is 12th house. 12th house, because of presence of Pisces, it is the two extremes. The zodiac sign of Pisces is two fishes actually revolving in a circle. That's why there's a duality with this. And Pisces, although, is the very last house. After the Pisces, the soul just elevates, exits this realm, this universe. But it also represents transformation, and it also represents new beginnings and old endings. Because after the 12th house, you do come to the first house. If your soul is not meant to go away from this universe, you're going to start that circle. You're going to start that circle of life again. That's why the 12th house is also the loop of your life. What loop are you going to get yourself stuck into? That is 12th house. 12th house is about a person's inner self. It is the house of healing. That is why this is one of the signs and one of the houses responsible for hospitals or healing institutions. And when we talk about healing of the 12th house and the healing of the 6th house, what is the difference? The healing that happens in the 6th house is related to your body, is related to, like, you go to a doctor, he gives you a medicine and you cure yourself, right? Or he or she suggests you multivitamins and you feel healthy. But 12th house, when you have some hidden trauma, when you have some hidden things, hidden emotions, hidden guilt, hidden envy, hidden jealousy, or hidden trauma, hidden anxiety, what bothers you within. There's one of the placements that I always talk about. Whenever there is Mars in the 12th house, you feel confused about your energy. And with Mars in the 12th house, people do have a habit of bottling up their emotions till the time they reach the very last point of the vessel. And now it's their time to burst. It's their time to burst in tears out of aggression. So 12th house is actually one of the darkest house that you will see, just along with the 3rd and the 8th. But since its element is water, its element is watery in nature, that's why it has more depth with emotions, with one's psychology. Having your certain planets in the 12th house would actually make you intuitive and be able to understand other people's psychology. This is the house much responsible with other people's psychology, along with the 7th house. Right? So we know the general meanings of the 12th house. It is about rebirth, it is about transformation, it is about internal healing, foreign lands, jails, asylums, legal matters also. It is about foreign government, foreign settlement, whatnot. But it is a house way too deeper than our understanding. The reason why so many things, so many destruction with nature is happening while Saturn is in the sign of Pisces is because Pisces is the sign of nature. The Uttra Bhadrapada Nakshatra in the sign of Pisces, that's absolutely the epicenter of the nature's wrath. That's what we call it, the nature's anger, nature's reply back to you. So 12th house, extremely important. It's an ocean. It's an ocean of emotions, ocean of your deep thoughts. 12th house is the house of your sleep, your bed pleasures, and your intimacy with your spouse. How do you feel? And 12th house of D9 chart is also going to show whether you are going to be honest, loyal within your marriage or not. 12th house of your D9 would also show what kind of relationship do you share, what kind of intimate relationship do you share with your spouse. And the D1 chart, 12th house, particularly shows how comfortable or how adjustable you are to share the bed with your spouse, how comfortable you are in the selection of your spouse, how pessimistic or how optimistic you are. So, since this is the house of spirituality, spirituality never comes easy. The understanding of God and to be at that stage where you do connect with the universe, you do connect with the God, that's definitely not easy. That's definitely not meant for everyone. Right? So, the purpose to look for 12th house is when a person has to see their foreign travel, when they have to see the mindset of the person, when they have to see the expenditure. Like, for example, if a person has to buy a home, we do refer to the 12th house. First of all, the 12th house will tell where you are buying the home, where your expenditure is going. Are you buying a luxurious house, or you are buying just enough amount of money? You're using enough amount of money to buy a house. It also will show you getting debt, because you will receive the debt and then do the major expenditure. You take the help of that middleman through the ways of financial institutions. So the connection of 6 and 12 could also show that. Right? So 12th house is not just used for your spirituality and for your foreign travels, but it is definitely used for a lot many things, and also the considerations or the predictions for your finances. If your second house is afflicted, but somehow your your 12th house is being connected with the planets like Venus, it's like sun, moon. Even though you do not have enough money, but 12th house will show that in that amount of money, are you making an expenditure which is like royal in nature? These planets will show that you have a fine taste and you will be spending on finer things. But sometimes a person's second house is very strong, so we know that they have a lot of money, but their 12th house is going to be quite weak. That means they have the money, but they do not have the ability to spend that money. Now, there is one of the placements I remember with a person with Scorpio ascendant. Second house, Moon and Jupiter. A lot of accumulated money that they had from their father. But this person has an exalted Saturn and conjunct Mars in the 12th house, but does not have any ability to spend that money. Is very, very miser. Right? So that's a particular understanding. I think when you study 12th house, you are actually understanding the psychology of a human being. Understanding the moksha houses are going to give you the understanding of people to the core, because those are the areas which they keep hidden. Those are the hidden secrets for them. And when you explore those areas, you get to know something which is deep rooted within them. So it's like you exploring their deep secrets. Right? And one of the people told me, wrote down in the comments that they were surprised that 12th house is not about philanthropy, rather the 11th house is about philanthropy. Uh, you know, there's a difference between the philanthropy of the 12th house and the 11th house, or the zodiac signs of Aquarius and Pisces. This is indeed very true that the 12th house is the house of donations. It is the house of charity, and it is also one of the signs of charity and donations, and like, helping people with money. It is also the house of philanthropy. But the difference between Aquarius and Pisces is Aquarius is when you do something to bring in a change in the society. Like, for example, Princess Diana, right? I don't know what is happening with my pronunciation, right? So Princess Diana was the first one to actually help people with HIV and basically make people aware that this is not a disease that you just get by touching someone, right? So she did make a change. She did acknowledge us or acknowledge the world with that. She initiated that movement. Now you will see a lot of philanthropists who are actually working for a cause. They have done their piece of work. They have earned their piece of money. Now they are making some change in the society. And when it is about Pisces, it's about that you feel that someone is needy and you're just donating your money there. There's no focused cause for it. It's just the matter of charity and donation that you want to make as a part of your duty. But with Aquarius comes innovation and comes a focus, a futuristic goal, right? So that is the difference between these two signs and these two houses. So I think that was all about the 12th house. That's all I could cover in a 15 to 20 minutes of video, right? So I think, you might get good insights into this topic. We'll see you next time with another video, and we will start with planets now. Okay, bye-bye. Take care.